Hello, everybody. It's not often that I make a story that is probably tragic, poignant, and everything in between. I'm here today in East Grinstead. It's a place that I'm very, very familiar with, and I'm also very familiar with this sad and tragic story. And it's kind of been one of these ones that I felt that at some point I wanted to try and do, and more importantly, shine the light on Sussex and World War II history. However, this is probably the most saddest of all the stories, and I really hope you stay along with me and we just enjoy this for what it is and understand that of the many lives lost in World War II, thank God there's memorial plaques and blue plaques to honour the people who did sadly pass away, so that we'll never forget them and we'll never forget the stories that were told. And I often think to myself, it's strange when you go through East Grinstead that you think of this sort of semi-vibrant town that it is, that at one point most of it was in rubble. Anyway, enjoy the story and I'll see you on the other side. World War II claimed many lives, and in this video we sadly focus on what was labelled as the worst air raid to hit Sussex. During World War II, East Grinstead was a thriving town with a strong sense of community, but on the 9th of July 1943 the town would never be the same again, and the events of what happened that day would live long in the memory, not only just in the local community but all across the southeast. It was around 5 PM on a wet and dull Friday in the height of summer when a single German Dornier 217 had become separated from the rest of the 10-plane Luftwaffe flight which was on its way to bomb London. Seemingly from out of nowhere it had slipped out from the clouds and circled the town before unleashing a devastating payload of 8 bombs, as well as sporadic machine gun fire across London Road and the High Street. The worst hit was Whitehall Cinema, with 184 people who were watching the Western film Undercover Man, who had decided all to continue to watch the film and ignore the air raid sirens, when one of the bombs had exploded in the auditorium. An eyewitness reported remembering seeing body parts laying on the seats and in the aisles. Some say the bomber was aiming for a London-bound train into the station, while others are adamant that the target selected was a convoy of 20 to 30 army trucks which had pulled up in the car park near a garage, of which most were Canadian military who were based nearby. Whatever its real target, what was clear was what the bomber had left in its wake. As the smoke cleared, what was left were the screams of the dying and wounded as people rushed in to save as many lives as possible, but for most it was seemingly all too late. The body count having ended at 108, including nearly 24 Canadians, with some 235 injured, some seriously, the last survivor having been rescued at 7:10 PM. And with that, it was the largest single wartime loss of life in Sussex. sit here and just reminisce. I hope that that story brought some sort of, context into World War II, especially for the Sussex area. The sun's breaking through the clouds. I'm talking to you now, and of like the many people that died, obviously the 22 that are buried here specifically, it's just a poignant reminder that they'll hopefully never be forgotten. And I really hope that that video found some sort of like interest for you. And like I said, it was a long overdue video for me that I wanted to make on this, because I really felt that stuff like this can sometimes get overlooked, and sometimes we need to rekindle those stories. So yeah, with all that said and done, thank you so much for your support, your kindness, and everything else in between, because history matters. And I hope that, like I said, with a video like this, we can really just sort of never forget these casualties of war. I was thinking about it actually just before I go. Obviously then it was in July when that happened, and obviously I'm here in the depths of winter time. I mean, it's kind of a strange sort of feeling to know that obviously in the heart of summer that incident took place. And you sort of think to yourself, you can imagine obviously in summertime all the people going about their daily business out and about. It's very poignant. Anyway, look after yourselves, everybody. Stay safe, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care. Bye.